Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here, welcome back to another CounterSide video. Alright, so there's plenty of updates coming in C. Finally, C server is getting huge updates coming this week. So let's talk about everything that's happening in C. So hopefully give you guys an idea. Wow, I'm actually really excited to share this with you guys because if you guys are not aware, we're gonna have a total of 5 new characters. So let's have a look at this. The first thing that you notice, we're gonna have Titan and Alex Rearm. That's cool. Very cool. Number 1. Number 2, new event. Alright, for the Iron Knight missions and shop unlock. Number 3, ship implant. Now, if you guys are not aware, this is like similar to the Rearm thing for characters, but now it applies to ships. So you can, do this up to 3 times by making new ships. And hopefully this is going to be like very dupe heavy, right? Complete implant remodeling to install command module and increase the employee stats. So hopefully I'll have a system, I'll have a guide coming out once the system is available on C. A royal support punch in, a royal support project mission starts. We're gonna have new awaken Curion. Alright, pretty cool Curion. I will try my best to pull for this guy. I do not have enough to go all the way to PT unfortunately, but still, hopefully I can get lucky for once. So Curion seems like a really cool one. So far we have 3 characters, plus we have Ella, which is a character that accompanied Curion 4 character. We're also gonna have Warden. Warden is apparently a redeemable character unit at the event shop, 5 character in total. That's crazy. That is crazy from Zilong to just straight up remove, straight up add 5 characters, right? Is something that's really hype. They're gonna add a frame, Black Lily and frame, no idea what that is. SSR construction package, etc. And the rest of these are packages. New season for Danger Close, and of course JP voice for Awaken Amy. So let's talk a little bit about all of these characters. Number 1, Curion, Awaken Curion, Awaken unit. I don't think you call Awaken Curion, you just call Curion. And then we have Rearm Alex, Rearm Titan, 2 Rearms at once, crazy. SSR Ella, and let's talk about Warden as well. So we're gonna be referring to Prideone.co. Big shout out to Prideone. I will have the links. I mean, you guys know Prideone by now, right? So let's talk about Rearm Alex, also known as Breakbeat Alex. So how strong is Alex actually, right? So let's be honest. Alex is a defender. She is going to be 3 cost. Now keep in mind, now if you guys are not aware, Alex is a striker as of now. If you haven't seen her stats before or whatever, so currently Alex is going to be a 3 cost striker in the game. But once you rearm her, she changes to a defender. So this is like one of the few cases where the character changes role. For example, like Xiaolin sniper, but if you go the tower version, the tower version, you will get the tower. She becomes a tower unit, right? So this applies to Alex. She's still 3 cost, which is a good thing, right? But something to keep in mind is she's going to be pretty decent, pretty tanky. But one thing to keep in mind is going to be her leader skill. So let's talk about that shortly. So first things first, basic attack, okay, you get more damage, and then you can see the damage limiter passive. She has the ability to detect stealth units if you guys are not aware, and she can also now creates a barrier that can stack 2 times. So what happened is she will be able to get this barrier to equal to her max HP for a certain percent, right? So her barrier is going to help her significantly for sure. But the thing is, this barrier can be countered by Awaken Ayubin. This barrier is not irremovable or something like that. So keep in mind, barrier reflux characters can destroy Alex, and the best counter to I would say decent counter to her is going to be the Goliath as well, right? So because that character also has barrier reflux, so keep that in mind, because Mac team is going to be running rampant with Rearm Titan moving around. So let's have a look as well. This one is going to be the Life Overdrive, the special skill, where she will be able to, reduce enemies healing by 50%. Alright, enemies healing get reduced from the special skill. The ultimate skill, what it does is it's going to stun enemies for 5 seconds. So you can see she has a lot of CC being a defender, and she's pretty tanky as well based upon her leader skill. So why is it? She will have the ability to gain 20% damage reduction for 10 seconds and 2 barrier stacks when deployed. So that's going 20% damage reduction is no slouch. So that's going to make her super tanky, up to 14 seconds duration, because if you level this up to level 5, that's quite a lot. The issue is going to lie with the her ability, or you need to leader her. That can be something that some players have to consider. Like, we have a lot of Rearm that's very dependent on the leader skill, and Rearm Alex is one of those characters, right? So Rearm Estarossa is also dependent on the leader skill. So if you leader Rearm Estarossa and you sort of have to, or else she will not get the immortality, can you bring in Alex in your party? Is she going to be tanky enough without the leader skill? So without the 20% damage reduction right here? Probably not. Like, I'm curious to test out, I'm curious to find out if that's going to be the case. Is she going to be as tanky without her being set as a leader, right? So if you set her as leader, sure, right? But that's a problem with the meta right now of Rearm units. There's a lot of Rearm units, but a lot of them are kind of redundant, because if you don't set them as a leader, you can't make full use of them. That's why Rearm Orca and Rearm Estarossa, you seldom see both of them in a team. Of course, they are both strong, and you need, you don't really need, but it's good to have both in PvE scenario. But if you use them together, you can only choose one as a leader. So if you use Rearm Estarossa, you know, you need her for the immortality for the leader. For Rearm Orca, she gives back 1 deployment cost. So it's quite hard to use them together in conjunction. Something to keep in mind. So I'm not sure if Alex will have that issue. It does seem like she will have that issue. You know, if you do not have any of the Rearm, sure, but if you have the other Rearm like Estarossa, I still think most players are going to favor her. Now let's talk about Curion a little bit. So Curion is going to be an Awakened Soldier. He is going to be a sniper, the first Awakened Soldier on, you know, all the server. And you can see ability to immune to knockback summon 2 elite Wardens. Wardens is also like a sniper. So grants himself and ally Warden stealth detection and knockup immunity. So stealth detection is pretty cool. Keep in mind, Curion is going to be a 6 cost, not a 5 cost, right? Ally soldier gain immunity to confusion. So when he uses special skill, Curion and all allied Warden fires coordinated attack that always crits. That's kind of cool, right? So Curion is very good with skill haste. If you have skill haste, that's the ideal one, or either that or spectral spirit, the one that gives more haste. So you can see gives himself and ally Warden's 50% increased range, surefire for 10 seconds after deployment. That's pretty cool. Let's have a look at the special skill. Now you can see Curion got buff recently in KR. So the green one is the buff, right? So damage enemies are stunned for 3 seconds. Very cool. Decrease the cooldown of ultimate skills by 1 second for each 2 units present on the battlefield, including yourself. Okay, that's pretty cool. I actually like this skill. Also increases Curion's 10% attack speed for 8 seconds, and the effect increased by 2% for each ally on the battlefield, including yourself, max up to 10 stacks. So that's pretty cool, right? Curion is going to get all of this attack speed bonus, buff, etc. And the ultimate skill deals 180% bonus damage on the follow-up hit, and it's going to decrease 60% per damage enemy in the initial rush. So I'm personally very excited for Curion because he is going to be, you know, like the first Awakened Soldier, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to get him for sure, right? Now, is he going to be strong? Keep in mind, he did get buff recently in KR, like I mentioned. I'm not sure what version will C get. Is it the pre-buff version or is it the post-buff version? So hopefully we get the buff one, and then we'll be able to see how strong he is after the buff, right? Hopefully we get the latest version. Alright, so let's have a look at another character, Ella. Now, Ella is a character very, very decent. Now, is she a must-have? Is she a must-pull? In my humble opinion, no. So, Ella is similar to Ju Xiun in terms of the... what do you want to call that? In terms of the counter. So, just imagine she is like a Ju Xiun that counters. But Ju Xiun, instead of Ju Xiun countering with stun, for her, she inflicts blind, which is a bit weird. Excuse me. Okay, so let's have a look at skills. You can see this one, right? So passive, every 12 seconds gains 15% defense penetration. Immunity to hit stun from special skill. And yeah, 30% defense penetration. So the special skill is the one, ignore damage from hit stunning special skills, shoots exploding arrow to counter attack. So she can be used in danger close if you don't have Curian. I think most players have Curian. I think the stun is going to be better than the what is that? The blind that she's going to inflict, 4 seconds blind, right? She also has the ability to create 10% max HP barrier on self. So I don't think she's as bad for the, what do you call it, for PvE, right? The thing is, I wish she was a soldier, so you get a variety, right? So she's still going to be a counter, and we already have Curian for that. So if she's a soldier, then I think like that's going to be a little bit more interesting. I think she can fit very well in a lot of other, soldier teams. Ultimate skill fires Hailstorm, and the skill will always crit. So she's pretty cool. You want to give her skill haste to get the special skill up as soon as you can to be able to counter more often. But yeah, I think her concept is really unique, but I think Curian the stun is still going to be much more impactful. Now let's talk about Warden. So Warden, very, very cool. I'm just gonna keep it short and simple. Warden is a free character, right? So you don't have to pull for Warden as far as I know, but this guy is really, really strong. It's the equivalent of Admin Rifleman, but it's like a sniper. So Admin Rifleman is really strong, being a ranger and all, but they're kind of squishy, right? Warden is a sniper, equally as strong as Admin Rifleman. So just think of them as a sniper version instead of Admin Rifleman being a ranger, but they are way tankier. They have the ability to create barrier for themselves, which I think is this one. Yeah, this one. So you can see this is a passive, right? Every 15 seconds creates 10% max HP barrier on himself that lasts 6 seconds. Very cool. This barrier enhancement is gonna give Warden some tankiness to survive Kang, to survive a Lily or whatever. Alright. Yeah, Warden is going to be sort of meta if you run soldier team. For me, I do run soldier team from time to time. So definitely going to be a very solid unit in PvP. Even in PvE, if you need sniper, don't hesitate to use Warden in any of the danger close or whatever, right? And last but not least, let's talk about Rearm Titan, aka Triana Titan. So let's have a look, what is this all about. Titan is a 6 cost, but this is what I like about Titan. I'm more excited for Rearm Titan than Rearm Alex because Titan, quite similar. If you guys are not aware, Titan, despite being a 6 cost, has this passive skill that gives back 1 deployment resource. That means he's actually a 5 cost, but after Titan got Rearm, she also has the leader skill that gives +1 deployment resource when deployed. So Titan actually becomes a 4 cost unit in a way, right? So obviously the caveat is you have to set Titan as a leader right here. So this leader skill is very cool. When your HP drops below 1% for the first time, immediately recover 40% max HP. That is a cool, very, very cool concept right there. Very, very annoying to fight against. I think Rearm Titan is going to be meta in C for a while. I'm not sure if Alex is going to be that impactful, right? Alex is going to be cool if you run counter teams, but I think Rearm Titan is the way to go, right? E1 doesn't matter. Rearm Titan is going to be here, and Rearm Titan is going to be super, super dominant. So as you can see, very, very good. Also this damage resistance. You can see Titan increase damage tolerance by 2%. Special skill also has the ability, every 3 basic attacks, to launch an enhanced attack that fires missiles to the closest target. That's so cool, right? Extra missiles from the special and from like a passive special. And this one, I think is pretty cool as well. The other passive skill, Titan has 2 passive. This one is, yeah, it basically buffs Titan by 35% defense. But he can also, if somebody comes close, he can knock back 1 target, 35%, and that target will lose 35% on defense. That target that gets knocked back, again, depends on who, right? Overflow cannot be knocked back, but yeah, this is going to be a very cool in case you are trying to get rid of Titan early. So I do think that as long as Castro Xiaolin is not available, Titan is going to be so strong, right? Because Titan is a striker, and as long as he's tanky, he can survive all the incoming attacks. He is going to be immortal. So I think if you run mech teams, Titan, definitely the way to go. So I'm kind of torn right now. I really like this. I really, really like what's happening. But also it's like now we have Soldier, Curian, and now we have Rearm Titan for mech team, and counter team is still... I feel like counter team is like... is less exciting for me. I'm more excited in like soldier teams. I'm more excited in mech teams. But hey, that's just my opinion, right? So let me know what you guys think. Overall, are you guys excited for C server update this week? Extremely hyped. Finally, something good to look forward to. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a like. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.